Most people earning a salary will never build a property portfolio. Not because they're not earning enough, but because they never build a system. Hi, my name is Ezra Rasethe. I'm the founder and CEO of investRand, and welcome to investRand, where we take the guesswork out of property investing. As I always say, this is a channel for successful property investors and future successful property investors. Let's get back to it. If you're serious about property investing, this is exactly where most people get it from. They focus on the buying of the property instead of building a portfolio. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn your salary into a structured property system step by step. Why salary alone can't scale? The reason why salary alone can't scale is because salary, for most of the time, it is linear. You trade your time for money, and when it grows, it gets kept. Most people try to investing without changing this structure. They earn, they save, they buy, and they repeat. There's no real system behind it. And without a system, your salary is linear. You trade time for money. You just end up funding random decisions. Real wealth is built when your salary is turned into a financing base, a starting point for leverage, not the end goal. Many professionals find themselves buying property mostly because they can afford to. And I want to talk to you about why buying randomly stalls your growth. Most people who are earning a salary, they just buy a property, maybe because their friend told them this is a good area, maybe because their agent told them this could be a good deal. And most of them, they're buying it because it looks good, it feels safe, and of course, other people's recommendations. Instead of focusing on, does the property meet their investment objective? Does the property meet their cash flow requirements? Does the property align with their financing strategy? And most importantly, their portfolio sequencing. So what happens? They end up owning properties, but they don't know their returns. They can't scale because they bought in the wrong structure, and they don't know what to do next. That's why most of the people we speak to at investRand are only stuck at 1 or 2 investment properties. And that's not investing, that is speculating. Let's talk about 4 steps you can take right now to take your salary that you earn and convert it into a property portfolio. The first step you want to take, if you want to move from just earning a salary to actually turning it into an asset, you want to understand what your investment objective is. What exactly are you trying to get out of your property investing? What type of income are you trying to create? What does success look like when you actually have invested in property? Because without defining the outcome, you'll keep buying without direction. And that's not investing, as I said, it is speculating. The second thing you want to do, which is step number 2, is understand your position. Where are you right now as we speak? Do you know how much you can qualify for? Do you know how much cash you have for buying costs? Do you even know what buying costs are? Do you have at least some sort of reserve if things do not go the way you thought they would as you're purchasing a property? Because there's always some unseen things that can happen, and one needs to have some contingency. And most importantly, do you understand the risk profile of yourself as an investor? That leads to understanding the type of investor you are, because there are different types of investors, and not every property is good for every type of investor. So without this clarity, you're going to be one of those people who's always switching strategies. I do Airbnbs, I do flips, I do buy-to-lets, I do some of these things, and you end up having nothing at the end of the day. Now let's talk about step number 3. Do you know your financial freedom number? Because this is going to help you when it comes to sequencing your investment properties. This is where most people fail, actually. They don't think in sequence. They just buy what's available. You're getting a brochure while you're driving from a developer or something, and you just end up buying a property. But real investors think like this. What is property 1 doing? And what am I buying for? How does it unlock property number 2? How does financing evolve as I'm building my portfolio? Each property must strengthen that system as you're building your portfolio. Step number 4 is a very important step, which is installing systems, not just purchasing assets. This is exactly what makes your property investing hassle-free if done very well. Property does not create passive income. Property can create cash flow, and sometimes you can have a cash flowing property without having a profitable property. But systems do create the passive income that you're looking for. So without an operational system, without performance tracking, without reporting, without clear oversight in terms of how your asset is performing over time, and if it's meeting the targeted return on investments that you set for that asset, you don't have a portfolio. And this is going to quickly turn into a second job. So I'm going to talk about the last thing, which is where most professionals get stuck. And hopefully after this, we can talk about some of the solutions that if you are here and you're stuck in this area, you can be able to take to get unstuck and start building a real property portfolio with your salary. The three main blockers are: first, lack of clarity. They don't know where they are going. The other one is no structure. People buy without a plan. The last one, which is very important, is no system. First of all, people don't know what systems they should be building. That's one. And this leads to them managing everything by themselves, so that your portfolio that was supposed to be passive income is now easily turning into a second job. That's exactly how that happened. And eventually they stop, not because property doesn't work, but because the way they have approached it doesn't scale. So here is something that you can take that will help you get unstuck. Before investing in property, you need to have some clarity. And this is why some tools should come first. If you're watching this video and you haven't started investing in property, this is going to be very, very important for you, because the tools come first. The first tool you want to use is you need to understand your financial freedom number. This is going to tell you how many properties do you actually need in what sequence to reach your financial freedom number. A financial freedom number is defined as the amount of passive income that you can be able to get out of your property portfolio that will be able to cover your living expenses and make sure that you can become financially free. That is very, very important for your clarity as you're starting as an investor. The second tool that you can use is an investor type calculator. Investor type quiz is going to help you understand what type of investor you are. The reality is not every property suits everyone. A property that is suiting your friend might not suit you, because it's depending on your lifestyle, your goal, where you are, and many other factors. And that's why you need the clarity to know what type of investor you are. And if you're somebody to say, okay, I understand now the type of investor I am, I understand the amount of properties I need for me to reach my financial freedom goal, then you want to take some action and you need structured guidance. This is where you want to book a free discovery call with us, so we can get in touch with one of our consultants who can start guiding you on this journey to make sure that you make lesser mistakes, you invest with intention, invest in a structured manner, and you get to turn your salary into a property portfolio or a property system that helps you get the passive income that you need. If one thing you can get out of this video and you forgot everything else, is that you should stop just buying property. Start building a structure that will sustain you, because passive income does not come from owning a property. Passive income comes from having the right structure for a property portfolio. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.